let's start. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Good afternoon, everyone. Today is the second last question. Next week we will finish this year. Please look at page number 210. Page number 210, right? The result of karma. Actually, we have learned this one previous week, but somebody told me that this is in their 1-year exam, so I want to clarify for them. I think important for them. Wholesome Kamma, unwholesome Kamma, excluding unwholesome Kamma, excluding restlessness. So produce rebelling gain in awful planes. So that means we have a 12 unwholesome Kamma, right? 12 unwholesome akusala cheda. So then restlessness is excluded. The reason is it is too weak that it cannot take on the role of generating rebirth, right? So we have to exclude restlessness. So the rest of the 11, right, unwholesome Kamma, so they will produce rebirth linking in the awful planes, 4 awful planes, right? So this is a rebirth linking, right? Rebirth linking. During the course of existence, so here, as you all know that in our life, the first consciousness in our life is a rebirth linking, right? Then after that, bhavanga and cognitive process. The last moment of our life is a death consciousness, right? But here, so other than restlessness, 11 unwholesome Kammas produce rebirth too loud, right? Too loud. Yeah. 11 unwholesome Kamma produce a rebirth linking in awful planes, right? Rebirth linking in awful planes. But during the course of existence, here, during the course of existence, after rebirth linking, bhavanga, a lot of cognitive process, right? Up to death consciousness. So that is called during the course of existence. In Bali we call it bhavati. All 12 akusala Kamma give effect to the 7 unwholesome resultants. 7 unwholesome resultants. So among the 80 rootless chedas, we have a 7 unwholesome resultants. Because we have done unwholesome Kamma, for that reason we see unwholesome things, right? We hear unwholesome things. We smell, we taste, we touch, and we receive and we investigate, right? Receiving and investigating. So these are 7 unwholesome resultants. Anywhere in the sentient world or the 5 material world, according to circumstances. So after doing 12 unwholesome Kamma, so in the 11 sensual world, right? 11 sensual world. So that means 4 awful planes, 7 blissful sensual planes, right? And also 5 material world. It will give effect to the 7 unwholesome resultants according to circumstances. According to circumstances. So the reason here is in the 5 material world, so they produce only 4 unwholesome resultants. So nose consciousness, tongue consciousness, body consciousness are not available in the 5 material world. For that reason, there's only 5, right? There's only 4, sorry. There's only 4. Eye consciousness, ear consciousness, receiving consciousness, and investigating consciousness. Only 4, right? I think if you see this one, it will be clearer. And then can you see at the back? Can you see? And if you can see this one, much clearer. Maybe I will use mouse so that it will be recorded in the, right? Cannot see mouse, no? Oh, okay. Oh, cannot see here. Here, the Kamma, right? Kamma and result. So after doing all these Kamma, you will have a result, right? You will have a result. So here, sense-sphere volitions. Sense-sphere volition means we have a 12 unwholesome Kamma. We have a 8 great wholesome, right? 8 great wholesome Kamma. Altogether 20. So 20 are sense-sphere volitions, sense-sphere Kamma. Then here, at rebirth, right? So at the time of rebirth, and during the course of existence, or during lifetime, right? During lifetime, the 2 occasions. So this is the realms of existence as a result of Kamma, right? Okay. So this one, number 1, look at number 1. Because if I just point this one, it will not be recorded for recorded reason. So here, we have a 11 unwholesome Kamma. So the reason is we have to exclude restlessness. It will not produce, it's no strength to produce rebirth linking, right? Rebirth linking. So for that reason, we have 11 unwholesome Kamma. So we produce at the time of rebirth, right? At the time of rebirth here, it will be rebirth in 4 awful planes, right? 4 awful planes. So here, the resultant cheta is unwholesome resultant investigating consciousness, right? Accompanied by equanimity. Accompanied by equanimity. Here, 11 unwholesome Kamma will have a rebirth in the 4 awful planes, right? But here, rebirth linking consciousness is the unwholesome resultant investigating consciousness accompanied by equanimity. Only one, right? Only one. Yeah, for that reason here, total 1, right? Total 1. So this is at the time of rebirth, right? At the time of rebirth. I think it's very clear. after we have done unwholesome deed, right? So it will have a rebirth, one of the four awful planes, right? Our rebirth consciousness is only one, unwholesome resultant, right? Unwholesome resultant investigating consciousness accompanied by equanimity. Accompanied by equanimity. Oh. Accompanied by equanimity. So this one, right? So here, at the time of, during the lifetime, during the life, or during the course of life, right? After doing 12 unwholesome things, after doing 12 unwholesome things, right? 12 unwholesome, including restlessness. So during the lifetime, and it will produce in the sin sphere realms, right? 11 sin sphere realms. That means awful planes, 4 awful planes, and 7 sensuous blissful planes, right? Altogether 11 sin sphere realms. 11 sin sphere realms. Then 7 here means unwholesome resultant, unwholesome 7 unwholesome resultant consciousness, right? Month 18. Maybe I think we have to look at the book. Actually, much clearer. Otherwise, you were confused. Huh? Please look at page number 47. 43. Page number 43. Page number 43, and you will see the rootless chaitas, right? Rootless chaitas. So here we have is 7 unwholesome resultant chaitas. 7 unwholesome resultant. Feeling equanimity, eye consciousness, ear, nose, tongue, body, receiving, investigating, right? So during the course of life, after doing 12 unwholesome deeds, and we will have these 7 unwholesome resultants, right? Quite natural. So I think simply thinking, after doing unwholesome things, we will see bad things, right? We will hear bad things, smell, taste, touch, receive, and investigate, right? So that's the result of unwholesome karma. So that is during the lifetime, right? But in the case of here, second chart, in the case of 5 material sphere, right? As we all know that we have a 65 material sphere, but we have to exclude Asinya Sada, right? The abode of perception. So here, only 4, right? 4 unwholesome resultant. 4 unwholesome resultant. So that means we have to exclude nose consciousness, tongue consciousness, and body consciousness. The rest of the 4, right? The rest of the 4. For that reason, if you hear regarding with the sin sphere realms, there are 7 unwholesome resultants. 7 unwholesome resultants. The 5 material sphere realms are only 4, right? Only 4. Nose, tongue, and body are not available in that realm, right? In that realm. Is it clear? You got it? Very simple, right? So at the time of rebirth, in the 4 awful planes, the rebirth consciousness is only one, unwholesome resultant investigating consciousness accompanied by equanimity, right? But during the course of life, in the lifetime, as a result of unwholesome actions, unwholesome karma, and you will have unwholesome result, right? Seeing, hearing, etc., right? I hope it's clear, right? Question? No. Let's go. let's talk about Kamma and it reset. Regarding with the Wholesome Kamma, now we finish Wholesome Kamma, right? Now let's go to Wholesome Kamma. But here, Wholesome Kamma or sin sphere. Wholesome Kamma or sin sphere means a great wholesome shade. A great wholesome shade, right? Wholesome Kamma or sin sphere produce rebirth linking in the sensuous blissful plane. So that means we have a 7 sensuous blissful planes, human realm and 6 heavenly realms, right? After doing good deed, right, with the 8 great wholesome shadas, and you will have a rebirth in the 7 sensuous blissful planes, either human realm or heavenly realms. And so too, it produces the great resultants in the course of existence. Here, the great resultant means as a result of great wholesome cheda, and you will have great resultant, right? Great resultants. So during the course of existence, right? During the course of existence. So here, if we look at here, this is just talking about in general, right? After doing wholesome deed with the great wholesome cheda, and you have a rebirth and the 7 sensual blissful plane. And also, during the course of existence or during the lifetime, and you will have great resultants. So actually, the great resultant perform 4 functions, right? 4 functions. Rebirth linking, bhavanga, death conscious, death function. Another one is retention, right? Retention. So during the course of existence, it will perform the function of bhavanga, function of retention especially, right? Retention, and also death function. Then Wholesome Kamma sin sphere give effect to the great rootless wholesome resultants anywhere in the sentient world or the 5 material world according to circumstances. So that means after doing wholesome deed with the 8 great wholesome kamma, right? 8 great wholesome kamma, and you will have 8 rootless wholesome resultants. Look at page number 443, the same page, 43. So we have a 8 wholesome resultant chetas, right? 8 wholesome resultant chetas. Eye consciousness, ear, nose, tongue, body, receiving, 2 types of investigating, and 2 types of investigating, altogether 8, right? Altogether 8. So these are the result of wholesome kamma. So in previous slide, after doing wholesome kamma, and you will have wholesome result, right? You will see good things, you will hear good things, etc., right? So that is a wholesome resultant. Here, after doing wholesome kamma or sin sphere, so it will give rise to the 8 great rootless wholesome resultants, right? Anywhere in the sensuous world, 11 sensuous world. It can be including 4 awful planes and human realm and 6 heavenly realms, right? And also including the 5 material world according to circumstances. Here also the same. The reason is in the 5 material realm, so there is no nose consciousness, nose, tongue, and body consciousness, right? So we have to exclude 3. For that reason, we have only 5 rootless wholesome resultants, right? I think if we look at the chart, it will be clear, right? Before we go to chart, I want to explain superior and inferior wholesome kamma, right? wholesome kamma can be divided into two, superior and inferior, right? Normally, superior kamma is done with the wholesome and pure mind before and after. Suppose you do dana, before you do dana, after you do dana, your mind is pure, no defilements, right? While you are doing dana also good, right? Of course, while you're doing dana is very good, but before you do and after you do dana, your mind is wholesome and pure, right? Not purified, not defined with the negative mental state. So that is called superior. When you are observing precept, before you observe precept, after you observe precept, wholesome and pure, right? Inferior kamma means wholesome kamma done with unwholesome and defined mind before and after. Suppose you do dana, before you do dana, your mind is not pure, right? Not pure. Then after you do dana, your mind is, you regret like this, right? Your mind is not pure, your mind is defined. So such wholesome kamma is called inferior, right? Inferior. I think easy, right? Huh? Easy. I think that is very important. Abhidhamma make it very clear. Then you do dana, right? Dana. Then here, generosity. Here also, generosity, right? Generosity is wholesome. This one also wholesome, pure, right? This one is the wholesome kamma. When you do dana, and before and after, together with the wholesome, right? Then you do dana, here, attachment to your belonging, right? Also regret, like this, right? Dana is good, wholesome kamma, but before you do, attachment, you attach to what you belong to, right? Then regret after dana. So that is inferior, right? So according to your kamma, and the result will be different, right? The result will be different. But this one is very complicated, a little bit complicated. I don't know in English, even in Burmese, very difficult. So you have to know superior kamma and inferior kamma in that way, right? Wholesome kamma or superior grade. So here, superior grade means you do dana, so your mind is pure before you do dana, right? Then you are happy after you do dana, right? Superior. Your dana is superior. Accompanied by three root. Here, three root. I think I have to have a better write so that is. Alobha. Alobha is a renunciation, right? Renunciation. Adosa. Adosa, compassion and loving kindness, right? And here, amoha, the most important one. Amoha, wisdom, right? So this is called three root, right? Three root. You do dana, you observe precept, you do meditation with the three root, right? Three root. But here three root means including amoha. But if you are doing wholesome sometime, you don't have amoha. You have only alobha and adosa, according to Abhidhamma, right? But of course, there are some people who have a lot of generosity. Here, alava can be generosity or renunciation, right? Some people are very generous and also full of compassion and full of loving kindness. But they do not think too much, right? Wisdom does not follow. They just do it, right? They just do it. In those occasions, it's called two root, right? Only two root. I think that is very important for Abhidhamma. Not only Abhidhamma, is understanding about our mind, right? So here, Wholesome Kamma is superior. Not only superior, but also accompanied by three root. So that means accompanied by wisdom, right? Accompanied by wisdom. So when we are doing good deed, we must have alava adosa. Why not alava adosa? Why not alava adosa, right? Alava adosa, including wisdom, right? So according to Abhidhamma, we can do wholesome kamma with alava, pure alava. Sometimes pure generosity, right? Sometimes we can do wholesome things, pure adosa, just compassion, right? Sometimes not followed by wisdom, according to Abhidhamma, right? But of course, according to suttas, not possible to do any good deed without wisdom, right? According to sutta, I don't think, right? Without wisdom, even a little bit of wisdom, right? Little bit of wisdom, wisdom must follow at least, right? Otherwise, cannot do that. Okay. Question?
I didn't have a suitable opportunity to raise it, so I raise it now. This topic seems to be relevant. During Thursday's Vihara class, we learned about dana and chakra, generous.
Yeah.
And we talked, so my question now is, if I offer lunch to an arahant, obviously this will be three roots.
Yeah.
Because I have anuva, I have adosa, and I have amoha, because I know he's an arahant.
Yeah.
He's very deserving.
Yeah.
Okay. Now this is a very practical, so then now comes the question, it's a very practical view because it's happening to me.
Yeah.
Now, when we offer dana, most of us are average people, we have limited resources, though I think that generally quite generous. Our resources are very limited. So we have to investigate and put our resources in a place where there's most beneficial impact to the receivers. And hence, to the giver also, but receiver only.
Yeah.
Now, assuming that with our limited resources, limited money, I donate to people, volunteer, this is real, there's this volunteer group called Yishun Cat Patrol.
Oh yeah.
So they came out because there were a lot of cat killings and crazy people, which is going on to these stray cats. And out of the compassion in their hearts, they actually formed this independent group to protect the stray cats.
Yeah.
Because the stray cats are really among the lowest of the lowest.
Yeah.
They're the most reviled and people don't care.
Yeah.
So with my limited resources, right, I choose to donate to the stray cats more than I choose to donate to the arahant, because I know arahant, hundreds of people be queuing up to get in.
Yeah.
So in this case, when I make this sort of decision, I know there's obviously anuva, I know there's obviously adosa. Would you think that there's also amoha? Also, in this case, even though Udana have a ranking, if you give to arahant, is the most superior compared to giving to beings like animals. So I'd like to have a views on this. This is a relevant issue for
Yeah, very good questions. Actually, we have discussed earlier as well. Of course, in terms of ranking, offering to higher people is the best, right? But here we have to use our amoha, our wisdom. Actually, who is the most needy, right? The most needy. And then here we have to be very careful not to go extremes, right? Not to go extremes. If Arahant does not need, we don't need to give, right? We don't need to give. So the reason is Arahant does not need. We use our wisdom. We use our amoha, right? Not to give the one who doesn't need. It is the amoha, right? Amoha. But of course, the stray animals, they need it. They are needy, right? Nobody want to give feed, right? Want to give food. By thinking like this, we can call it amoha, of course, amoha. But if the stray dog and Arahant equally need, we have to choose the higher one, right? So the stray dog also need food, and Arahant also need food. If they cannot have the food today, they will die. Who will choose? Arahant, right? So yeah, and then all your point is wisdom, right? Wisdom. And then here actually we have to, when you are reading the Suttas or when you are listening to the Dhamma talk, I think here very important to understand different level of teachings, right? Suppose the Buddha talk, if you give to Arahant, you have a much more beneficial, right? Beneficial. Of course, it's quite right. But the Buddha is not talking to those who want to attain Nibbana. For those who want to attain Nibbana, you must have a chaga or generosity, right? You have to let go by using your wisdom, of course, right? Wisdom. If Arahant doesn't need, then we don't need to give, right? But the stray dog is in need of food. Instead of giving Arahant, for those who want to attain Nibbana, just give away, right? Using our wisdom. But of course, as I earlier said, that if two are equally need, we have to choose higher one. No point, no choice, right? Okay.
Luckily for animal lovers, the realistic situations, usually for our eyes, there are a lot of people queuing up to give in.
Yeah.
So for the stray cats, nobody queuing up to give
Yeah,
in.
yeah, of course.
So luckily, realistically, we don't have. I've not come across such a situation. Because I will not say, hundreds of people queuing up. Of course, they're all fine and good, right? But then for the stray cats, some people don't care.
Yeah.
So lucky that we don't have to make that decision.
Yeah. Here is the. Here I want to share, not to go extremes. One of the village that I usually that I often go. One rich man, he normally build schools, and he normally make a rope for the village and make a planting the trees in the village. He doesn't do any religious offerings. But one of the rich men, he just devoted religious offering. So if the village needs something, he will ignore it, right? So I think these truths are going extremes, right? So the other one, he doesn't want to give to the temple, right? Even though the temple is needed, right? Need. But the other rich man, he doesn't want to give to the village. He believes that giving to the temple is much more beneficial, right? So I think they are going to extremes, I think, right? To extremes. Actually, especially in our country, it happened. So people would like to donate to the monastery, to the monks, but they forget about poor people, right? Poor people. So there's a two extremes, right? So we have to look at the circumstances. Who need, right? If Arahant or the monks doesn't need, no need to give, right? No need to give. Okay, so I think it's good discussion. So here, Wholesome Kamma superior grade, accompanied by 3 roots, is the best good deed, right? The best good deed, and produce rebirth linking. Similarly here, similarly accompanied by 3 roots, right? So here, after doing Wholesome Kamma superior grade, accompanied by 3 roots, and you have a rebirth accompanied by 3 roots. You will be intelligent, generous, compassionate, loving kindness, right? Loving kindness, full of loving kindness. During the course of existence, it gives effect to the 60 kinds of resultants. 60 kinds of resultants. I think better look at this one. Better look at this one. But here, Kamma is a superior Wholesome Kamma accompanied by 3 roots, right? Superior Wholesome Kamma accompanied by 3 roots. The best dana, the best sila, the best meditation, right? Then after doing that, at the time of rebirth, accompanied by 3 roots. Here, 3 roots means great resultant consciousness associated with knowledge, associated with the knowledge. So that means knowledge means amoha, right? Wisdom. So actually we have 8 great resultant chetas. Among the 8, we have 4 chetas associated with the knowledge, right? Associated with the knowledge. Great resultant cheta associated with the knowledge, right? So this one is at the time of rebirth, right? At the time of rebirth. So when you were born as a human being, intelligent, right? When you were born as a deva, very intelligent, right? But here, at the time of, during the course of existence or during lifetime, so such type of Wholesome Kamma will get rise. Here, 8 wholesome resultant chetas, and also 8 great resultant chetas. Altogether 60, right? So among the 80 resultant chetas, so we have a 8 wholesome resultant chetas, right? After doing such good deed, and you will see superior things, you will hear superior things, right? You will smell, you will taste, you will touch, you will investigate, and also you will receive, right? So this is a rootless wholesome result, right? After doing such one. Not only that, you will also have 8 great resultant chetas during the course of, during our life, right? During the lifetime. So when you have a bhavanga, and you have a good bhavanga, and you will have a good retention cheta, right? Dhararamana. So altogether, 60 in the case of sense sphere, 11 sense sphere realms, right? 11 sense sphere realms. But when you become Brahma in the 5 material sphere realms, 55 material sphere realms, you don't have nose consciousness, tongue consciousness, and body consciousness. You have only 5, right? You have only 5. But here, can you look at your page number 212, your book? 212. Page number. Look at number 3. Number 3. Because actually I take it from online, right? Online PDF form, PDF version. So printed by Priyati from US. So I think this is a very obvious error. Sorry. So here, when you become Brahma in the 5 material realm, right? And you will have only 5 wholesome residents, right? Only 5. The reason is you don't have nose, tongue, and body consciousness. But here, we have learned that as a Brahma, you don't have any great wholesome resident, right? Great resident. The reason is the Brahma, in their cognitive process, there's no retention, right? There's no retention. For that reason, so we have to exclude this one. 8 great resident. So altogether, only 5, right? In the Brahma realm, only 5. Only 5. That's very important. It's correct in your book? Correct, right? Oh, yeah. But let's read. I forgot to point out this one, right? Okay. This is a superior wholesome kamma accompanied by 3 roots, right? So it will give effect superior reset, right? Superior reset. Question? Okay. Yeah, of course. Yeah, they have a body. They have a body, they have a tongue, they have a nose, they don't feel it. Sometimes when we cure cancer, when you, radiation, right? Then we lost our taste consciousness, right? Just like that. So even though you touch their body, they will not feel it, right? They will not feel it. So they are not eating food, so they don't have a tongue consciousness, right? Tongue consciousness, tongue sensitivity, right? Tongue sensitivity.
They don't have to eat.
No need. They don't have to eat because they live on the bliss, right? The zest, right? Piti, jhana piti, right? Jhana piti. For billions of years, right? They don't need to eat. For that reason, no taste consciousness, right? Taste consciousness. Okay. Then this is a superior wholesome kamma, right? Superior wholesome kamma. Another one, wholesome kamma inferior grade. Here, inferior grade means when you do dana, you have an attachment or negative mental state before you do dana. Then after you do dana, you have a negative mental state as well, right? So before and after, you do with the unwholesome mental state and impure mental state. For that reason, such kamma is called inferior. But even though kamma is inferior, accompanied by 3 roots, right? You do it with the wisdom. You do it with the wisdom. That another one, right? But next one is that taught me wholesome kamma of a superior grade. This one is a superior, but accompanied by 2 roots. When you do good deed, not accompanied by wisdom, right? Wisdom. So these are equal, right? These two are equal. Produce rebel linking accompanied by 2 roots, right? Accompanied by 2 roots. So your wholesome kamma is inferior, but accompanied by 3 roots. Your wholesome kamma is superior grade, but accompanied by 2 roots. So those such type of kamma, wholesome kamma, where we rebirth, accompanied by 2 roots, right? So next life, you were once born without much intelligence, right? Without much wisdom. But here, Turumi, great resultant, Turumi, great resultant, dissociated from knowledge, right? Great resultant consciousness, dissociated from knowledge. During the course of existence, it gives effect to the 12 kinds of resultants, 12 kinds of resultants, excluding those with the 3 roots. I think if we look at the chart, it will be clear. But here, number 4, inferior kamma, wholesome kamma, accompanied by 3 roots. Superior wholesome kamma, accompanied by 2 roots, right? Actually, even though the name are different, the level, the grade is the same, right? Grade the same. Then at the time of rebirth, and you will have a rebirth in the sphere blissful realms. Either you were born as a human being or as a deva in 6 heavenly realms, right? Then rebirth linking consciousness are 4, right? 4 great resultant consciousness dissociated from knowledge, right? Dissociated from knowledge. So this is their rebirth linking traders. For that reason, when they were born, they don't have much knowledge, right? They don't have much wisdom. So total 4 at the time of rebirth, right? At the time of rebirth. Then at the time of life, during the lifetime, so will be sphere and 5 material, right? Look at sphere. So it will give rise at the 11 sphere realms, right? 11 sphere realms. So here, 8 wholesome resultant. 8 wholesome resultant. Even though they do inferior wholesome kamma and superior wholesome kamma accompanied by 2 roots, they still have wholesome result, right? Wholesome result. They will still see, of course, they will still see wholesome things, etc., right? Etc. But in the case of bhavanga, in the case of retention, only 4, right? Great resultant dissociated from knowledge, only 4. So we have to exclude great resultant associated with the knowledge, right? There's no wisdom, right? For that reason, have to exclude 4. For that reason, altogether 12, right? Altogether 12. So if you become Brahma in the 5 material sphere realm, there's only 5 wholesome resultants. There's no nose, tongue, and body consciousness, right? Body consciousness. There's only 5. So that's a Brahma. So there is no great resultant. The reason is when somebody became Brahma, there's no retention, right? Actually, the great resultant chaitya is a rebirth linking chaitya of sphere realm, right? Sphere blissful realm. I hope it's clear. Okay, 2 questions. Okay, give it to the This one, right? or 50 realm, or we have a 65 material sphere realm, right? So we are talking about consciousness, or we are talking about mind, but the realm of the mindless beings, asinya satta, they don't have a mind, right? So when we are talking about mind, we have to forget about that realm. So we have only 15, right? But our next chapters, we will talk about that realm, right? That realm. Yeah.
My question is two roots superior.
Okay.
So two roots here means not greed, not illusion, not hatred, not delusion.
No, not like that. Without amoha.
Or just without more.
Yeah.
This is not greed and not.
Yeah. Without amoha. Because here, you can look at here, great result dissociated from knowledge, right? So that means no amoha. Okay. Let's go next one. Here, Wholesome Kamma of inferior grade. Inferior Wholesome Kamma accompanied by two root. Here, the Kamma is inferior as well as two root, right? So this is the lowest one, right? The lowest one. Produce rebirth linking without root. That is very important. The rebirth linking without root. So here, we have two rebirth linking chatas, among the rootless chata, right? Two investigating chatas. One is because of unwholesome kamma, one is because of wholesome kamma. Here, because kamma is wholesome, for that reason, so we have to take it wholesome resultant consciousness. Wholesome resultant investigating consciousness, accompanied by equanimity, right? Equanimity. So that is a rebirth linking cheta of such kamma, right? Such kamma. And give effect to rootless resultants. Rootless resultants. During the course of existence. Here, rootless resultant me, wholesome resultant, right? So even though you do such inferior, accompanied by two root, such type of kamma, you stay see, right? Good things. You stay here, good things, etc. Right? I think if you look at this one, much more clear. Number 5, inferior wholesome kamma accompanied by two root, right? So when at the time of rebirth, there is only one rebirth consciousness. That is wholesome resultant investigating consciousness accompanied by equanimity, right? Total one. So as a human realm or as a gods, right? Only two, right? Only two. But here, the God referred to in no 5 are from Chatumara realm only. Actually, when we earlier we talk about that, but here human. Even though we talk about human, so they are deformed human beings, right? Abnormal human beings. Someone who doesn't even know right and wrong, right? Such one. And regarding with the God, they are also similar. They are not standard God, so they are very inferior God, right? In Bali, we call it Vinipatika Asura. They are very unlucky, so they don't have their own abode. So they have to stay, in other people, right? Other people's place. Mostly they are living nearby human beings, right? Human beings. So there's only two. If we are doing such type of kamma, inferior wholesome kamma, accompanied by 2 roots, and we were once born as a deformed human beings, right? And also deformed God, right? Deformed God. But during the course of life, in the sense sphere realm, all 11 sense sphere realm, so there will be 8 wholesome resultant, right? Total 8, right? So there will be no great resultant. But in the case of Brahma, only 5, right? There's no standard body not available. So this is the lowest form of wholesome kamma. So that means the last one. So when we are doing dana, sila, or bhavana, before you do negative mental state, after you do negative mental state, right? Not pure, right? Not pure. So such type of kamma, and also when you are doing good deed, not accompanied by wisdom, right? So without amoha, without wisdom, the last one, right? I hope it's clear, right? I think it's clear for the exam, especially when we exam. Huh? Any question? No question, right? Okay, let's go. Then 5 Material-sphere Kamma. Now we just finished sense sphere Kamma, right? Sense sphere Kamma. So it will be 12 wholesome kamma, 8 great wholesome kamma, altogether 20, right? 20 sense sphere Kamma. Now let's talk about 5 Material-sphere Kamma. So here, those who develop the first jhana to a limited degree. So when somebody attains jhana, the first jhana, so his attainment is a limited degree, it's a very lower degree, right? Lower degree. Then they were reborn into Brahma's retinue. So actually in the first Brahma realm, so we have 3 Brahma realm, and second one is the Brahma ministers, and the last one is Mahabrahma, right? Mahabrahma. So if you attain the first jhana with the limited degree, and you was born the lowest Brahma realm, right? But if you attain the first jhana to a median degree, and you was born second level Brahma realm. So when you attain the first jhana to a superior degree, you was born into a Mahabrahma, highest among the 3, right? Among the 3. I think it's very logical, right? It's very logical. Even the first jhana is a 3 level, right? Lowest level, median level, and superior level. Based on their level, they will be rebirth into different level, right? Here is, I think, more clearer. So the first jhana realm, right? There's only one, the first jhana realm, but here 3, right? The first jhana to a limited degree was born Brahma Parisaja, the realm of the Brahma retinue. The first jhana to a median degree, Brahma Purohita, the realm of the Brahma ministers. The first jhana to a superior degree, Brahma, not superior, Mahabrahma, right? The realm of Mahabrahma. Actually, I have to copy it, right? Mahabrahma. Actually, I think we can look at page number 186. Page number 186. Page number 186. And you can see that the first jhana plane, right? The first jhana plane. Mahabrahma, Brahma's ministers, and Brahma's retinue. So based on your degree or your level, right? So you are Westborn, higher one, right? If your attainment of the first jhana is limited degree, then Brahma's retinue. Medium degree, Brahma's ministers. And superior one, Mahabrahma, right? Mahabrahma. In the same way, when somebody attains second and third jhanas to a limited degree, and one was born, Pratapa, the realm of minor Lester. Page number, you can look at page number 186, second jhana plane, right? Second jhana plane, minor Lester, infinite Lester, radiant Lester. Actually, a little bit different, right? The realm of minor Lester, infinite Lester, and radiant Lester, right? Depending on degree you attain, right? And second and third jhana, and you will go to second jhana rank, right? Second jhana rank. And next one, if you attain the fourth jhana, depending on your degree or your attainment, you are Westborn, right? Higher one, right? And limited degree, the first, the lowest third jhana plane. And medium one, medium plane. And superior one, highest one, right? Highest one. Very easy, right? Very easy. Then the fourth jhana realms. So there are 7 fourth jhana realms. So the first one is Vihara, the realm of the Brahma or great reward. Actually, we have learned all this one, right? We have learned all this one. So here, after you attain the fifth jhana, so here there is no limitation or degree, right? There's no limitation or degree. Either it can be limited, medium, superior, right? Anything. So after you attain the fifth jhana, if you are Buddhojana, Sotapanna, Sakadagami, you can go to Vihara, right? Vihara. This realm. But here, Asinya Sata is the realm of mindless Brahmas. So there's no mind, just purely the material form, right? Material form. So there's no mind, no mental factor as well. But here, after attaining the fifth jhana, he thinks that because of perception, because of our feeling, perception, because of our mind, we have a lot of problem. If I don't have a perception, I don't have a mind, all the problem will finish. So he has dispassion toward perception. He doesn't like it, right? He disgusted perception. Actually, even though we use the word perception, mind, right? Perception here is the leader, but behind him a lot of mind and mental, consciousness and mental factor, right? Because of that, and he became mindless being, mindless Brahmas, Asinya Sata, right? So actually, this is not because of, of course, the fifth jhana is a part of, how to say, the cause of his rebirth, but not main cause. The main cause, the main rebirth linking is not a cheda. Rebirth linking is the material form, right? Material form. So when we learn material form, rupa, and I think we will know it. We will know it. Actually, his rebirth linking is not a Cheda, it's a Rupa, material form, right? Very, very, how to say, interesting one. Then here, only non-returners. Sorry, here, let's say the realm of mindless Brahmas, only Puthojana, right? Only worldling will go there. There's no Arya people. So there is no Sotapanna, Sakadagami, Anagami, Arahant in the Asinya set, the realm of mindless Brahmas, right? Only non-returners can go to 5 pure abode, Sotavasa. Only non-returners, right? Can go to 5 pure abode. If somebody became Arahant, where he will go? He will go nowhere. Nowhere, right? He will go nowhere. It's only non-returners. Of course, we can say that 5 pure abode is the abode of non-returners and Arahant. If somebody became Arahant when they arrive there, right? But when they become Arahant, there's no rebirth, right? No rebirth again. But actually, the abode of non-returners and Arahant. But when we talk about rebirth linking consciousness, only non-returners can go Sotavasa, right? Sotavasa. Here, Aviha, durable pure abode, Atapa, the serene pure abode, Sudasa, the beautiful pure abode, Sudasi, the clear-sighted pure abode, Arkanata, the higher pure abode. So these are 5 pure realms, right? Okay. Next one, Immaterial-sphere Kamma. After doing Immaterial-sphere Kamma, you will go to Immaterial-sphere realms, right? So after attaining Akasa Nincha Yatana, the sphere or the base of infinite-sphere Kamma, when you were Westborn, the sphere or the base of infinite space, right? Then after doing second immaterial jhana, you will go to second jhana plane. After doing third jhana, go to third jhana plane. After attaining the fourth jhana, then you will go to fourth immaterial sphere plane, right? That is very clear, right? Very clear. Question? No question, right? Okay. 4 causes of death. 4 causes of death. This is another session. 4 causes of death. I think that is very, how to say, very, very clear. Number 1, expiration of lifespan, right? Expiration of lifespan. Even though you have a lot of good deed, so if you were born as a human being, your lifespan is supposed to be 75, 80, 90, 100, etc., right? Then after such type of lifespan, you will die, right? But as a devas, millions of years. As a Brahma, billion and trillions of years, right? Trillions of years. And after they exhausted their their lifespan, after their lifespan is expire, they will die, right? They will die. The second one, the expiration of karmic forces. Then after you do good deed, you go to heaven. Then you do 50% of good deed. And after exhausted, finish that good deed, come back. Like this, right? It's a expiration of karmic forces. Just like the Queen Malika, go to hell for 8 days, then come back, right? Go to heaven. He have to expiration of karmic forces, right? Then third one, expiration of both, right? Sometimes lifespan, karmic forces, both expire. And number 4, the intervention of a distracting karma. Distracting karma means you die, just like you die in car accident. You die unexpectedly, right? Somebody killed, right? So that is a intervention or a distracting karma. I think you can read page number 220, right? Very easy. Then next one, the signs at the time of death. Actually, we have talked maybe several times this one. One of the three signs appears at the time of death. Number one, karma, good or bad actions, right? So during course of our lifetime, we have done wholesome deed and wholesome deed, right? So when we are dying, the most powerful one will appear in our mind, right? If you are doing wholesome deed, most of the time, wholesome deed will appear in your mind, right? So therefore, we have learned, right, different type of karma. So karma, good or bad actions. Number two, karma nimeda, the sign of karma, is not an action itself. So the signs of your karma. Suppose you kill somebody with the gun, right? You will see the gun. If you are drinking, you will see the alcohol bottle like this, right? If you are stealing, and you will see the object that you steal, right? Like this. The sign of karma. Suppose if you are doing good deed, as I always said that you are always coming to temple, and you will see Mangala Vihara in your mind, right? So that is actually you do not see good things that you are doing here, but you just see the Mangala Vihara, right? The sign. This is the signs, right? So the sign of a good karma. The sign of a good karma. Next one is a gati nimeda, the sign of destiny, right? So actually, the commentary said that for those who was born as a human beings, so they will see red color in the mother's womb, right? Mother's womb. Some people see a very good mansion, right? Very good house. And some people see, suppose some people see fire, definitely will go to hell, right? Like this, right? Someone see very darkness, will become animals in the forest, etc., right? So these are the, I want to say the sign of destinies, right? The sign of destinies at the time of death. So these are three signs, right? Three signs. So actually these are very popular in Buddhism, right? Yes, of course, this is a very logical. Even while we are sitting meditations, good and bad things appear in our mind, right? If we are sitting meditation, especially if our mind is still, right? Still. Question? No question, right? Easy. Let's go next one. The mind at the time of death. Actually, I copy from the book, page number 221. After seeing the signs, right? One of the three signs, you might see karma, the sign of karma, the sign of destiny, one of them, right? After that, attending to that object that's presented, then you will attend to that object, right? That object. Suppose, let's give a good example. You see Mangala Vihara, suppose, right? You see Mangala Vihara. That is the object, right? Attending to that object that presented. The stream of consciousness. As you all know that we have a lot of consciousness, right? Compared to stream of consciousness. So in accordance with the karma that is to be mature, It can be wholesome karma or unwholesome karma. So here, if you see Mangala Vihara, most probably wholesome karma. Sometimes you do unwholesome karma here. It can be right. It can be wholesome or unwholesome one. Whether pure, I did too close. Huh? My one is too close. Whether pure or corrupted. So here, pure means wholesome, because of wholesome karma, your mind is pure. Unwholesome karma, corrupted, right? Corrupted. And in conformity with the state in which one is to be born. So that is the sign of destiny, right? The sign of destiny. So the place you're going, right? The place you're going continually flows. Here, the stream of consciousness continually flows. That's very important, right? There is no interruption. Continually flow. Then after death consciousness and rebirth consciousness take place right away. There's no time and space, right? Stream of Bhavanga go. Continually flows. Inclining mostly toward that state. But here, if you are, how to say, the sign of destiny, right? Suppose if you were born as a human being, so your mind inclined to that state, right? So the stream of Bhavanga continually flows. Inclining mostly, here, mostly, toward that state. So it can be either unwholesome state or unwholesome, wholesome realm or unwholesome realm, right? It will incline, your mind incline, right? Or that, in other words, that rebirth protected karma, present itself to a sense door in the way of renewing. So here it's very important to take note that Bhikkhu Bodhi also explained in that paragraph. So here, in the way of renewing. So here, suppose you were so the last thought movement is wholesome deed, right? So the last thought movement is called rebirth protected karma, right? So it will produce rebirth. So that the last thought movement, what we call it the last thought movement, in other words, rebirth protected karma present itself to a sense door in the way of renewing. Suppose you come to, in your mind, you're dying, but in your mind, you're as the last thought movement, and you see that you are studying here, you are meditating here. You see that, right? Then in your sense door, that means in your mind door, it appears that you are doing right now. You are doing right now. As if you are doing, you are meditating, you are attending the courses, right? You are chanting. It will appear in the way of renewing, right? Renewing means just like doing, right? As if you are doing right now. That is the last thought movement, right? The last thought movement. But here, two methods. The first one is your mind will flow continually from death consciousness to rebirth consciousness, right? Continually. Then, at the time of your dying, that you incline mostly toward the place or the realm where you are going, right? Where you are going. Normally we have a craving, right? Attachment to one place, right? Or to one realm. So our mind inclined toward that, right? Inclined toward that. Mostly. That is, I think, most cases. But sometimes our rebut karma, in other words, the last stop moment, present itself to our mind as if we are doing right now. We are doing right now, right? We are doing right now. It can be either wholesome or unwholesome, right? Two-way, right? Two-way. Question? Okay. Interesting?
What is courage to okay?
No volume.
Okay. I'm talking about the last talk on one hour actually.
Yeah.
Right. Now one thing is a reality in life now. The person brain dead. Are they aware of this? On the person in coma, or more often than not for those cancer patients, to understand that thing.
Yeah.
More often than they're sedated.
They are?
They're sedated and they start to put painkiller, like opium, probably your mental state is orientated. Then how do we know that you know to recognize the last one? Probably it's the living.
I think, a very hard question, especially for those who suffer brain death, right? But according to a lot of experiences, they know it, right? They aware what's happening in the environment, right? I think that if we are dealing with such people, I think we should be very careful, right? Very careful when we are talking very quietly in a way that the patient is very happy, right? So if we are carelessly talking loudly without thinking anything, they will know it, right? Actually, there are, in one case, actually I shared one time. One case says the lady, she lost her consciousness, right? Then she aware what is happening here, not only in the room, in the hospital, around, right? Around the hospital. So she hear what the doctor are talking, what the family member are talking. So actually, by that time, she said that she is not suffering. She doesn't want to go back to her body. So her consciousness or her mind is maybe hanging in the ceiling or as if hanging somewhere, right? She even visit her brother who is living very far in other countries. So time and space, at the time, so actually it is only 1 or 2 days, but for her, time is very, very long for her, right? So here, what the point is, of course she is suffering, her body is very suffering, but she said that she doesn't want to go back to her body. So she don't mind to die, but suddenly her husband approached her and whispered in her ear, "Darling, come back." Because of that craving, right? Because of craving, she left her husband. She came back. So she write a book, and I forgot her name. And then she write a book and she give an interview, right? I think she is from India. So I think there are many cases. People know, right? People aware what's happening. In the case of cancer patient who has a lot of painkiller, right? Painkiller, morphine, a lot of morphine. I think that because of those medicine, they will have less awareness, I think. So anyhow, in the case of the lady that I share, we do not know, we are not quite sure whether their state of mind is confused or clear, right? So anyway, if we are dealing with those people, that we should treat them with the mindfully and quietly, right? But when we are, how to say, if we are in that position, how will we react, right? How will we react? Then I think here, I had shared one or two times, German Bhikkhuni, Kamma. I think Kamma. So she is the first Western Bhikkhuni, German Bhikkhuni, and she shared her the last moment, right? The last moment. Actually, she suffered from breast cancer for 4 or 5 years. By that time, she was in the hospital. So she noted that she's the energy, life energy is moving from her body, starting from her feet. Then from feet to what is it? Knees, right? From knees, then up to thigh, right? Up to thigh. But normally people will react and resist, right? People were afraid of that. No, actually she is a serious meditator. For that reason, she did not react, she did not do anything, just observe. Just observe what is happening in her body. Especially life energy is moving. She cannot do anything. But of course, if she react with a lot of fear, then she can move a little bit. But now, she just let go everything. Just pay attention what is happening in her body. Suddenly, the doctor came in, and the doctor saved her life. Otherwise, she would die. But later she said that if we do not resist, the dying moment is pleasant. Dying moment is pleasant. No more suffering, no more fear, right? So she just let go and she just aware of what is happening. She's outsider, right? For that reason, the Buddha said that the body is not you, right? If we take it, if we identify this body as you, that is a wrong view, right? That's a wrong view. But she has, at the time, she has a right view. She does not identify her body as her, right? She just let go. She just look at just like an outsider, right? Then no suffering at all. And she said that dying moment is pleasant if no resistance. That means if we are not taking, if we are not grasping. Normally we grasp, right? So in a hope, and we were something like this, right? So I think Kamma, you can Google, right? You will find it. Kamma, and you will Google internet, and you will find it. What she said, right? What she said. Any question? Okay. Okay.
He went in coma about 1 day.
1 day. Okay.
Before he really died. Then he suddenly woke up. He told us that he saw a nurse in his mind. He saw a nurse, a very scary nurse, a male nurse, wanted to slaughter him like a duck.
I see.
And they want to open a cut up and pick up organs for this.
Mm.
And that's why the reason he woke up.
I see.
Then after that, the doctor deemed it's okay. Then he was discharged. 2 days later, went back to hospital. Then he finally passed away. So how do you put that in?
Hard to, very, very hard. You are sitting in the class. Just like a nightmare, right? Sometimes.
He was so
I think that after wake up, if he do wholesome things, I think it's very lucky, considered lucky, I think. So he died 3 days later, right?
He woke up, he tells us what we should do, to my grandmother, and he tells us all the things that he can remember.
I think it's good.
And
Yeah.
then he asks for food,
Yeah. I think it's good. So anyway, seeing a very, frightening nurse, of course, it's not good. Not good, right? Just like when we are dreaming bad things, right? Not good. But anyway, it's good that he can come back, right? Can come back and he do for the family. I think it's good. Question? Okay, no question. Then let's close today. So next week will be the last one. Yo varatam bhavaro manu jesu sapya muni bhagava kata kecho paragato bala viriya samangi tam sukatam saranatamu bemi ragavi ragama ninjama sokan Dhamma sangata patikulan marurami mambagunan suipatan Dhamma mimam saranatamu bemi yatacha dinama apalamahu chatusu susisu purisayugesu atacha bogala dhammadasati sangami mansaranatamu bemi. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay. Thank you.